So I'm at the shop alone today because today is the day that I'm going to grind the old bad paint off the walls. So this is paint that's been failing to the effervescence, which is basically when moisture and chemicals come out of concrete masonry units, which most people know them as cinder blocks. And what happens is it basically comes up through the masonry and then like pushes the paint away. And you can see here, there's quite a bit of adhesion problems where the paint is basically peeling off. So for all the areas where the paint is bad, I'm gonna hit it with an angle grinder using a wire cup brush. It's actually a pretty nasty procedure. We have checked the paint to make sure it doesn't have lead in it. And other than that, it's basically wear a respirator because regardless, you don't really want to be breathing it. It's going to get really cloudy in here. Everything's going to be covered in dust, basically. Luckily, I think this is probably the worst job we'll do in terms of a mess, or at least I hope so. All right, here we go. Let's start with this upper area. I worked a bit on this previously. Makes quite a mess. Oh, that dust is nasty. But I think I got all the bad paint areas all the way around. So our plan is basically to spray. So we'll cover the electrical and everything, the panels, all this nonsense. Just spray it. It's going to be a lot quicker and a lot easier than trying to brush around all the conduit and everything like that. So we're just going to turn everything white. That's the plan. White with the purple LEIGH&CO stripe up across the top. This paint on the interior wall was actually pretty good. You can see it was kind of a sanitarium green color underneath, which is kind of neat to find out. Of course, what we don't know is whether or not that was leaded, because we tested the surface paint on a different wall. And I learned that this part of the shop, this part of the building, was built later than the original structure. So these doors and everything used to be the end of the building, and where I'm standing right now used to be outside. But I think we're making good progress, especially with Nikki and Kyle's help. So this is coming along. Should be ready to paint, at least should be ready for the primer as soon as this dust dies down. I'm not gonna do that today, but we might start doing that tomorrow or this weekend. Who can say? Well, there we go. Everything in the shop, including me, is covered in a fine layer of dust. Well, that's it for today. I'm gonna let the dust settle, literally, and then I'll be back at it later.